The Sharjah Masters 2025 group around 8 witnesses a strategic English opening King's English variation as Sargissian faces Kacharava. On c4. On e5. On g3. On d6. Knight c3. On f5. Bishop g2. Bishop e7. On d3. Knight f6. On f4. On c6. Knight f3. Sargissian is aiming to play. On takes e5. On takes e5. Knight takes e5 and sees the initiative. On e4 played by Kacharava. Threatening pawn takes f3. On takes e4 played by Sargissian. On takes e4. Knight d4. Sargissian wants to play. Knight takes e4. Knight takes e4. Bishop takes e4 and sees the initiative. On d5 played by Kacharava. On takes d5. On takes d5. Bishop e3. Sargissian is preparing to play. Queen a4 check. Knight c6. Knight takes c6. On takes c6. Queen takes c6 check and sees the initiative. Knight c6 played by Kacharava. Queen d2. King castled kingside. Rook d1. King h8. King castled kingside. Knight g4. It is novelty move. Kacharava is planning to play. Knight takes e3. Queen takes e3. Bishop c5. Knight a4. Bishop takes d4. Rook takes d4. Knight takes d4 and increase their advantage significantly. Knight b3 played by Sargissian. Threatening knight takes d5. Bishop e6 played by Kacharava. Bishop c5. Queen e8. On h3. Bishop takes c5 check. Knight takes c5. On e3. Threatening pawn takes d2. Queen c1 played by Sargissian. Threatening pawn takes g4. Knight f2 played by Kacharava. Kacharava wants to play. On d4. Knight 3 e4. Knight takes h3 check and secure a stronghold in the game. Queen takes e3 played by Sargissian. Knight takes d1. Rook takes d1. Bishop g8. Threatening queen takes e3 check. Queen takes e8 played by Sargissian. Rook takes e8. Bishop takes d5. Bishop takes d5. Rook takes d5. Rook a d8. Kacharava is aiming to play. Rook takes d5. Knight takes d5. Rook takes e2 and dominate the board. King f2 played by Sargissian. Rook takes d5. Knight takes d5. Pawn b6. Threatening pawn takes c5. Knight d3 played by Sargissian. Rook d8. On e4 think carefully what is the best move for Kacharava. Rook e8 is a strong choice since King e3. Knight e7. Knight e5. King g8. On g4. King f8 position is equal. Let's go to the main line. Threatening rook takes d5. On e4 played by Sargissian. Knight e7 slightly worse move played by Kacharava. Threatening knight takes d5. Knight e5 played by Sargissian. Knight takes d5 time to think find the best continuation for Sargissian. Knight f7 check is best move here because King g8. Knight takes d8. Knight b4. King e3. Knight takes a2. Knight c6. Sargissian have small advantage. Let's go to the main game. Sargissian is aiming to play Knight f7 check. King g8. Knight takes d8 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Knight takes d5 played by Kacharava. Pawn takes d5 loses position played by Sargissian. Rook takes d5. Kacharava fought hard but ultimately had to concede defeat.